Hello friends and comrades, it's me, Pork Royale, and welcome back to the beta of Port Royale 4, where we are currently going through the tutorial and we're learning the basics. So today we might actually be able to finish all of it, but I doubt it because it took a little bit longer than 5 minutes each. So maybe there'll be 2 more of these and then we get to actually start the real game. Also, I'm posting this on a Monday. Usually Mondays are for foundation videos, but my current foundation video that I'm working on requires a little bit more editing, so that one will go on tomorrow when this video was meant to go out. So that's what's happening. Alright, let's go. Let's learn how to set up a trade route.
Thank you for participating in this lesson on trade routes. It could also be called 10 ways to screw up others' businesses.
Oh.
I'll teach you how to massively increase your trade volume.
Alright.
Now, select your convoy, which is anchored off Cartagena, and select the Trade Route tab.
Alright.
As long as you only have a convoy, you can, of course, act on your own, buying, transporting, selling commodities. But with more convoys, it gets out of hand.
Alright.
You have to learn to give orders to your convoys so that they are sailing for you automatically. For that, you need the trade routes.
We need the trade routes, you guys. Alright, let's set up a trade route. Do we need... Oh, we
now,
just...
click on the trade routes button to open the
Okay.
dialog.
Create
and
new
then
trade
select
route.
Create new route. Here, you create new trade routes and assign them to your convoys.
I can't
A
click
new
anything.
route does not yet contain any towns.
Ooh.
So you will have to edit it first.
Look at
This
these
is the
winds.
navigation map. It shows you
Oh.
wind direction and wind force everywhere. With tailwind, a convoy will naturally drive much faster. And time is money.
That's so cool. I didn't know this was a thing.
The red areas are sometimes hit by storms. This increases the
That is
risk
so
that your
cool. I
convoy
don't
will
think
be
this was in the
damaged.
last game. If it was, it wasn't this
That's
displayed
what
like
areas
this.
with a dull wind look like. Here, convoys move very slowly. Therefore, such areas are usually avoided. The
All
colored
right.
areas near coasts indicate shallow waters and reefs. Convoys with greater draft have to be very careful here, and therefore do not make rapid progress. Convoys consisting only of vessels with little draft have no problems here.
Alright, cool.
Now, look up to the left.
Okay,
There
there's
you
so
will see
much
the
we're
towns
learning.
where you have acquired a trading license. You will also see what each town is producing at the moment.
What's that arrow pointing to? There's nothing there. Maybe we're
Set up
missing
a
an
trade
arrow.
route with these 4 towns. Simply select the towns in this order: Cartagena, Portobello, Bluefields, Puerto Cabezas. As you can see, all the towns will appear in the list. and Even the exact course of the route will be shown.
That seems the opposite of the
However,
direction we want to
this
go
route
in.
is not very convenient.
Okay, yeah.
The convoy would have to sail frequently against the wind and would make only slow progress.
Alright. So, can we flip
The first thing
it?
you should do is to change the order of the towns.
Why did you get me to
change
click them in the
position
wrong
of a
way
town
around
in the
then?
list, you can select and move it.
Alright, so we could move this one up and move Portobello
You see,
down. There we
the
go.
course of the route is already much more consistent with the wind directions. But you can optimize the route even more because it
Ooh.
runs through an area with little wind. Select the route at the marked position and move it up to the other marker outside the calm. And see how this reduces the duration of the trip. You can certainly improve the route
Nice.
in other places to take better account of the wind,
Oh,
avoid
hold
potential
on.
storms, or
Oh.
avoid shallow water and cliffs. Feel free to experiment. Then select the town of Cartagena in the list to set the commands for that town.
Look at this. Look at this. You've got the little duration on the right. It tells you the expected duration. Okay, can we be smart about this one? I guess going through the storm. Can I grab that? Let me grab it. It's not letting me grab it. Oh, I made a new one. I made a new one. It's not what I want. Can I? Thank you. Thank you. I guess we're just gonna go through the storm on that occasion. Alright, that's cool. Feel free to select a town in the list To set the commands for that town. Alright, so we're gonna click
Of course,
Cartagena.
your people need to know what to buy, what to sell,
Okay.
and what to keep their hands off.
That's really cool
So you
though.
give them
The little
guidelines,
wind.
which they then follow. Don't worry, it sounds more complicated than it is. The commodities produced in a town are often in abundance.
Alright.
That makes them cheap.
Okay.
And you can sell them in other towns at a profit.
Alright.
Search for cotton and give the order to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Your people will then buy cotton as long as it can be sold on the route and the purchase price is low enough. But
Excellent.
your people are not stupid. If there are no sell orders for a commodity, if there is no demand, or if the purchase price is too high, they will not buy it.
Alright, so we can get automatic demand sorted, but we can
If you actually
also...
have to deliver a commodity somewhere, even though it is very scarce and expensive, you can deactivate this automatic pricing and give your people a maximum purchase price. But
Aha!
for the beginning, you shouldn't even think about such things.
You
Find
shouldn't.
2 more commodities in Cartagena that you want to buy, and switch to the town Puerto Cabezas when you're ready.
Alright, we want to buy these, because apparently they're produced here, so I think the little cog obviously means that they're
Puerto
produced here.
Cabezas can certainly use the commodities you want your people to buy in Cartagena. So
Aha.
set these commodities to sell.
Look at this!
By the way, if you select a commodity, the list of towns will show you where it is bought or sold.
Look at that! That's so cool! Okay, this is very convenient. Look at the arrows top left. That's so cool. Okay, that's lovely. So, were you setting all of them to sell?
Of course, you can also set further
Nope.
preferences for priority, quantity, and price when selling. But it is not important at first. If you want to know what this is for at a later time, just have a look at my tips and tricks.
Well, teach me about the tips and tricks, dude. You're giving
So,
me half a
an easy
lesson.
route is now available.
His little Coursera
If you
lessons.
want, you can of
He's
course
like,
make further
buy my
settings for
book.
the other towns. Feel free to have a look around.
Alright.
When you're ready, close the edit mode for the route again.
Okay. Well, but we should probably pick something up in this town, right? Why can we only have... Can we only have 3 commands? Or have they just locked it? Close. What? Close the edit mode. It's pointing up there. Maybe there's meant to be a little thing there, but I guess we'll click
You
confirm.
will now be shown all kinds of
We've just got
information
2
about the
towns that
route.
we're not doing
But
anything
since
in.
the route is new, most of the values are 0.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as no convoy uses this route, nothing will change.
Alright.
You should therefore
We can't
assign
change
it to
it.
your selected convoy.
Alright, we've
And
assigned
now
it.
you only have to give your convoy the command to follow the route. Very good. If you now close the route dialog, you can see how your convoy
Look,
sets sail
they bought the
and
stuff.
executes your commands. In the port of Cartagena, there are now 2 more convoys ready for you.
Oh god.
Up here, you can see how many of your convoys are not on a trade route right now. You can select such a convoy either directly in the world or by switching through. Please switch to a free convoy now.
I
now
see.
Send this
Free
convoy
convoys.
to the route you just created. Open the route mode again. And now select again the option assign route and activate the route on the convoy.
Alright,
Great.
we did it.
You
Oh!
see, a route can have several convoys. This is especially useful if the route is very long or a lot of commodities have to be transported. Your current route is short, and the
Okay.
quantity is still small.
Okay.
But that can change once the towns start growing.
Okay.
You can, of course, change, extend, and optimize a route at any time. The affected convoys will implement these changes immediately.
Excellent.
Finally, one more thing. The trade route dialog shows you the data of your different routes. You can also view the balances of individual convoys.
Excellent.
Close the trade route dialog now and take a look at convoys and towns.
Have you moved into a different recording booth? What was that? His audio
Among other
sounds
things,
different.
All your convoys and vessels are displayed here.
That was a
You can
retake.
also view the balances of your convoys,
Okay.
which are currently on tour with a trade route.
Oh, he's talking so much, you
So
guys. I
can
can't
quickly
even get
see
a
if
word in.
convoy is currently making gains or losses.
Mm-hmm.
This lesson is now also completed. You have now learned the most important things about trade routes. By the way, if you later have your own warehouses in towns, they can also be used and filled by trade routes. More about this in my course about production.
Ooh, production. Excellent. We're going to the next tutorial, which is the basics of production. Let's go.
Welcome to the course about production and why producing by yourself is better than buying from others.
Producing
And
by
while you're
yourself
at
is
it,
better than
I
buying
can
from others.
also hammer
Still
some more
true.
insights about the Caribbean economy home.
Still true in the year 2020. Producing by yourself is better than buying from others. Don't buy. Learn how to sew. Learn how to grow your own plants. Don't buy. Don't rent. That's the good stuff.
You already know that you can earn a lot of money by buying commodities here cheaply and selling them expensive elsewhere.
Now, nice.
Now, it can happen that you could sell more commodities than are offered. For example, because the production is too weak or there are too many merchants underway,
What?
then it is worth considering getting into production yourself.
You could sell more commodities than are offered. Oh, okay.
Sure. During production, there are costs for buildings, raw materials, and workers. But if everything runs normally, you produce the commodities at a reasonable price, and you can sell them for a profit wherever they are needed. With optimizations, you can reduce your unit costs even more. For this course, Cartagena is your hometown.
Open the town dialogue.
Here,
Alright.
you can see which commodities can be produced with which efficiency by cultivation or mining.
Excellent.
Of
This
course,
is good. This
you
is
can
good
produce
information.
handicrafts everywhere because they depend on raw materials and not on geographical specifics.
Okay, so there's like some things that can be cultivated, and then handicrafts can just be made anywhere because handicrafts are basically secondary processing of things. Good. This is more like primary production. Good.
Here, you can see which commodities are actually produced in the town. Each town can produce up to 7 different products.
Now,
Your businesses will also be displayed here later.
is this also the things I'm limited to, or can I do whatever? I think I can do whatever.
These numbers tell you how many commodities in the town are produced per day and how much could be produced. If, for example, workers or raw materials are missing, this slows down the production.
I see. That's probably this thing on the side. Plus, why is this 6.3 out of 6? Okay.
You should only produce the commodities that are scarce in the area, because the production of commodities is really expensive, and if you create an oversupply, the prices go down. That also applies to other producers in the town. If they make losses with their commodities, they shut down production or even tear down their businesses.
Oh.
I'm only telling you this in case you ever have plans like that.
Okay, so we could actually screw over other producers.
Check which commodities are in demand here. Vegetables are such a commodity.
Vegetables?
And
Alright,
Cartagena does not produce vegetables at the moment, but could. Vegetables are also scarce in the neighboring towns. You will quickly realize that when you trade. And since vegetables are high on the list, they have a big meaning for smaller towns.
Ooh, okay, so this is cool. The higher on the list, the more important for a smaller town. That's interesting.
So, vegetable cultivation seems to be a good idea. Close this dialogue now and open the construction menu for this.
Close this dialogue. Open the
In
construction.
the first section of
Oh
buildings you
no,
can
look at how much
construct
stuff that
are town
is.
buildings like residentials or chapels. But we'll get to that in the next lesson.
Oh, look at how many things there are. You've got town buildings, you've got all sorts of things. We can do a market. Oh, that's so cool. Look at how many things this town already has, though. It's a very crowded town, all
You
right.
can find production businesses in the second section.
Okay.
Darkened businesses can't be built here. The conditions for that are missing. If you move the camera to the town of Necoclí, south of Cartagena, you can see how the possible businesses change. Of course, you can't just build anything anywhere. First of all, you need a trade permit so that you can trade and your fame increases. Only then you can get a building permission for businesses. If you even want to construct town buildings, you have to get the town administration rights from the Viceroy.
Okay, so we need Trade permit, building permission, and town administration rights, all three of those, or just... I think we need
Now
all
take a look
three.
at Cartagena to see the possible building sites
That's a lot
for
of things we
vegetable
need.
Cultivation. Select a business and zoom in close to the town until building sites in different colors become visible. The plots are divided into two colors, rather negative and neutral. Gray fields mean disadvantages. Move the
Oh.
focus to such a field. You can see that the operation would have a negative effect on the satisfaction of the residents.
I
in
see.
several
That's so
residential areas.
cool.
There are no negative factors on the neutral fields. There you should now build a vegetable farm.
Alright, so these are neutral. So let's put a vegetable farm right to the coast.
Good.
Everybody knows
The
good
construction
vegetables
contract was
grow
given.
by the coast.
Here you can see which construction materials are needed and how much these materials and the construction costs. You don't have to worry about the construction workers, but they can only start working when the construction commodities are in stock in the town. You can help with this, if necessary. Close
Alright.
the construction menu again and move the focus to the business you just commissioned. In the info area, you can see who owns the building and if there are any commodities missing for construction. If so, you can either get them and sell them to the town, or you can wait until another merchant did.
Alright, so this is interesting. I feel like this UI could be a little bit more specific with things, or like better sorted. That commissioned by you on January 20th. I kind of missed it at the start. You know, maybe you want something that very quickly says like owned by. Yeah, okay, let's move on.
Without workers, nothing works, of course.
Without workers, nothing
Otherwise,
works.
You would have to
Life
harvest the
needs
carrots
things to
yourself.
live, you guys.
Open the town dialogue by selecting an empty field or a town building.
Okay.
Here you can see how many job seekers there are in the town currently.
Okay, we've got
They
job
come
seekers.
with the treasure fleets from Europe to the town of the Viceroy, and from there they are distributed via trade convoys to the other towns. You can help with a trick here. When you dismiss the sailors, they automatically become job seekers.
Alright.
In order for job seekers to come to the town and stay until they find a job, the satisfaction in the town must be at least 40%. This
Okay.
is usually not a problem, but as towns get bigger, the demands of their inhabitants grow.
Now we're starting to see just how interconnected all of this is. You've got like the trading aspect, but then you've also got to make sure the towns are happy and growing. You got your own businesses, you got other competitors' businesses, and you want to maybe shut them down by, overflowing it. It's all coming together. It's a lot of different things.
But
It's very
workers
exciting.
also need housing for themselves and their families.
Plus
If there
housing.
is not enough of it in the town, your business cannot hire new employees.
Rip my business.
If you really are the administrator of a town, as it is the case with your hometown, nobody else builds buildings but you.
Why am
So you
I
have to provide
the
enough
administrator of
housing.
my hometown? That
On the
seems pretty...
contrary, if you are not the
Maybe just for this
administrator,
tutorial.
you have to wait until the town does it. If the town is doing well and there are enough building materials, it won't take long.
Okay.
Let's speed things up a bit. Your farm is now operational and has all the workers. Now, switch to the production tab and select vegetables.
Why
Here,
does it
you can see
say-
the vegetable production of the town. Your businesses are also a part of it, and from tomorrow on, you can see which commodities your new business produces daily.
Also, yeah, it looks like you can only really handle this limited amount of things, even in your own way. So even if you want to make handicrafts, which are unlimited, you can't do all of them. Which makes me think, oh, come on. Let me click on the town. You know how the town had like 4 things that can grow in the town? I would probably prefer to have those sorted, because those are limited by town, whereas the handicrafts I can make anywhere. So, yeah.
As long as you don't have your own warehouse in the town, the produced vegetables will be sold to the town daily at the current price.
Oh.
As long as your business is running efficiently and the town is not drowning in an oversupply of vegetables, there is nothing wrong with that.
So
Of course,
we're
you
selling
can
directly
prevent
to the town. That's
oversupply
cool.
by selling the commodities to other towns yourself. For example, by using trade routes. If the neighbors drown in vegetables, you can also stop your production completely for a while to prevent the price drop of the commodities.
Okay.
Vegetables are cultivated. Other commodities, such as iron or coal, are mined. And there are handicraft businesses where raw materials are converted, such as weaving mills. Here, cotton is spun. Such a weaving mill is needed right now in Cartagena. Get to work.
All right, so we've got cotton here, so it's probably a good idea to create a thing. So we go to the building menu, we go into businesses, and we get a weaving mill. We're going to build our weaving mill right next to our farm. It's a beautiful property. We've got
Very
hexagonal
good.
properties.
Let's speed this up. Now leave the
All right.
construction menu and select the weaving mill to see its production.
Whoa.
Here you can see what raw materials you need
I love
for
this.
your cloth production.
What a good little
As long
artwork.
as you don't have a warehouse in the town where the commodities are in stock, the business automatically buys the required cotton from the town as needed and sells the produced cloth back to the town.
That's really cool. I like that it does it
And the
automatically.
lesson on the basics of production is already over. Now you know why you should only produce commodities that are in demand. Also, you should always make sure that your businesses have enough raw materials, because otherwise you will pay your workers to just sit around.
Hey, workers and just sit around, and we don't want to do that. All right, tutorial is completed. Let's do advanced town development as well. I think though that's going to be our last one for today. Let's go, advanced town development.
You have already learned how to boost production in the towns. But in towns like your hometown, which you manage yourself, you
It's
also
such a
have
great
control
big
over the
start,
living
like-
conditions and can also optimize the production of your businesses. Open the construction menu.
Remember, like Sid Meier's Pirates and games like that? You start with just your little ship. You're kind of useless. You don't have a lot of stuff. And here you're straight up already the administrator of a town from the get-go. That seems very OP, like right away. But sure
Directly
thing.
in the first category, you will find all buildings that do not produce commodities.
Let's zoom
They
in.
create living space, increase the satisfaction of the inhabitants, or attract more workers to the town.
Nice,
Move the
nice.
cursor over the buildings and see the information about them.
We
As
can
you
build
can
a
see,
chapel.
many buildings have positive effects on other buildings or even the whole town. The
Oh,
most important building, besides the businesses, is of course the residential area. Select it because you should build one. A residential area can accommodate a lot of people. This is good because most workers have families, children, partners, old people, etc. Only about every fourth inhabitant works at all. So we need 4 times as much living space as workers. Otherwise, no new people will come to the town.
all right. So that's good to know. But also look at this. This is really cool. So apparently it says like the residential area holds up to 240 citizens in case they're a tavern and chapel in close proximity. Apparently, I think we're probably gonna learn this, but see, like the tavern enables residential areas to hold 140 instead of only 80 citizens. I really like this. So you do have to plan a little bit. So yeah, let's
If
go.
you look at the possible building sites for residential areas in Port Royale, you will see different colors.
Ah, look
These
at
indicate
that.
whether there are advantages or disadvantages for the building site.
Okay, so these are already in range of this tavern. So that's lovely. Do we want to build
This
here?
coloring means that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Move the cursor over one of these fields to see what the advantages are.
We've
and
got
where
a
they come
tavern
from.
and the chapel.
Here, the reasons are the tavern and the chapel.
Yeah.
If they are nearby, the popularity of a residential area increases, and it can grow much bigger.
It can grow much bigger, you guys. All right, so let's. Oh, we're still
But
listening.
nobody likes to live near cultivation or mining companies. There's too much hustle and bustle.
Yeah, so
Sometimes
these are
there is
unhappy.
Also noise and stench. So the satisfaction of the residents decreases. And such negative influences even add up.
Yeah, so here we've got like 3 negative
Find
influences.
a good place for a residential area and commission it.
Well, I think we should do it right here.
The situation is different with handicraft businesses.
Look
Here,
at that, they've got a
residential
little-
areas
little
have a
private
positive
garden.
effect because the workers have a short way to work. But also companies that supply the right raw material for the craft have a positive effect. Choose the brewery for once.
Choose the brewery for once. Choose the brewery for once.
The most productive building sites for a brewery
Oh, look at that.
are located near residential
Okay.
areas and grain
Lovely.
farms, because the workers then have a short distance to work and grain is needed for brewing.
Okay, so we've got like primary production, then processing, then houses, then, you know, housing benefit buildings. That's cool. Yeah, let's just build one here. Or we can't build yet. We gotta wait.
Build a brewery.
Okay.
Very
Now we
good.
can build it.
By the way, if a crafting business needs more than one resource, it will receive an additional bonus for each resource business nearby.
Ah, that's cool. So what does a brewery
And
need?
another building has a positive effect on
Oh,
production.
it's behind
The
this
tool
text.
maker.
Okay.
Select it. With the tool maker, you can make nearby mining operations like the coal mine more efficient. I think you've understood the principle. Just always take
Oh.
a close look at the advantages and disadvantages of such a building site. That's what the information is. And as always, one last thing. For many handicraft
Hey, look at
businesses
that.
like
Oh, it's
the
so
brewery
lovely.
and special town buildings like the tool maker, you need a concession. You can get this
Wait,
from your
what?
Viceroy when you have enough fame. We will talk about this in the next lesson.
I want to learn about that though. Okay, but look at this. It's so nice. It's so lovely. The graphics are amazing. Look at this building. It's so pretty. I really like these. They're so nice. Oh, look at this church. Great big church. Yeah, I really like the graphics of this. Look at that. Okay, let's do the next lesson. Hopefully it's going to be a quick one. But it looks like we're all connected. So I want to learn about the Viceroy.
Welcome to the Department of Diplomacy at Sammy's School for Emerging Caribbean Merchants. Today's topic is Viceroys, the fast track to fame.
Actually,
Simply put,
wait.
can
Hold up.
always-
Shh. I want to check how many we've got left because I want to spread them out evenly. Okay, so yeah, let's do the Viceroy because that seems like the last management one. Sorry, I just needed to check this. And then we've got naval battles and the more like adventure-y start part of the stuff for next time. That's perfect. Yeah, let's do the Viceroy and we'll wrap it up with the Viceroy. That's excellent. Good. I
Welcome
could
to
have
the
planned
Department
this.
of Diplomacy at
I
Sammy's
didn't
School
plan
for Emerging Caribbean Merchants.
Sammy School for
Today's
Emerging
topic
Caribbean
is
Merchants.
Viceroys, the
Okay.
fast track to fame. Simply put, the Viceroy is your nation's top boss in the colonies. He watches you, gives you information, and shows his appreciation when you serve your nation.
Nice.
You can always contact the Viceroy. Get in touch with him now.
1-800 are
Here
you
in the
Viceroy?
first tab, the Viceroy informs you about the current situation. Especially important for you are the relations to the other nations, because you usually can't sail to the towns of hostile nations.
Alright, so nice.
But the Viceroy also has tasks for you. You don't have to fulfill them, but if you do, you will be rewarded with fame. Not unimportant, because without fame, you won't get concessions for handicraft businesses, no great vessels, and no town administrations.
Okay.
Now, switch to the Fame tab.
Fame
As you
tab.
can see,
Miss
your
Fame.
current fame in England is quite capable of improvement.
This looks
is
like I could
normal,
drag it.
because you are still at the beginning of your career. If you have collected enough fame, you will receive a fame point, which you can exchange with the Viceroy for certain privileges.
All
England
right.
regularly sends treasure fleets from Europe to the town
He
of the
moved
Viceroy
to a different
collect
recording booth
colonial
again.
commodities. Here you can see how many commodities the fleet would like to take with them next time, and how many of them you have sold in Port Royale. This is a double deal for you. Good for your wallet and good for your reputation.
Excellent.
If you have a fame point in stock and enough workers in a town, you can ask the Viceroy to manage a town. Then
Wait,
everything
himself?
will be done your way.
Oh,
No house or business will be built without your permission. In the end, a town will be built according to your ideas.
okay. I can ask the Viceroy that I can manage a town. Okay, that sentence was not very clear to me. You could ask the Viceroy to manage a town. I thought that was like, hey Viceroy, can you just come from your Viceroyal seat and like walk into my crappy town and manage it? But it's not that.
Now, open the next section.
Nations.
Life would of course be much easier without our European neighbors. Here you can find out which lousy creatures are their viceroys and where they live. Thank God you only deal with your own viceroy. It is not your job to confront these sad figures with the finesse of English diplomacy.
That's a very strange paragraph.
Now, on to the next section. Pirates.
Pirate.
All Caribbean
Oh, look at
pirates
him.
the Viceroy learns about are listed here. It is for your own fame and freedom to hunt down these ungodly
Fist.
spawn. Should you ever manage to track a pirate convoy to its hideout, you can actually smoke
the
it out
parrot.
and gain even more prestige.
So cute. I love this parrot. I wish I could make this guy across the entire screen. I love him. Look at how well he's animated and his little details in the hair and the parrot. Well, basically, I just want to make the parrot big. Can we replace the man with a parrot? That would be lovely.
Now, proceed to the last section. The concessions.
Excellent.
Of course, not just any
Ooh.
merchant can open a brewery on a whim. For handicraft businesses, combat vessels, and special town buildings, you need the approval of your viceroy. This also applies to any captain you want to hire. For each fame point, you can get a concession here.
Oh, okay. Okay,
got
good
it?
to know.
Then
All right.
congratulations on the successful completion of this course. Look around a little more, and this lesson will end.
That sounded like a threat. But yeah, that was great. That was a sweet and short one. Okay, so the Viceroy is kind of our leveling system as well, I guess. So as we unlock things, as we complete quests, basically it's kind of like experience points, and we then put them into different things. That's really cool. That's nice. That's lovely. And let's go back to the main menu. And now, next time we're going to learn about combat. We're going to learn about naval battles, tasks and treasure maps, and naval battle training, which is going to be cool. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to do all the things that you do when you've enjoyed a video. And you can also check out some of the stuff that should be popping up on screen, which should be some of my other videos. Like I said, tomorrow there will be a really cool Foundation video. It's something a little bit unusual. It's not a regular town. It's a different town that I want to show off. I got asked by the creators of Foundation to stream on their official Steam page a while ago. And this is the town that I built on stream. This is the stream town. I think it's called Streamsville. So yeah, check that out tomorrow. And, of course, check out some of the other stuff that should be on screen now. And you can also check out my Twitch in the description, where I stream 5 times a week. Alright, everybody, have a lovely rest of your life, and I will be seeing you next time. Goodbye!